Good morning. Today is Saturday, and this week, first off, I'm going back to work this week, and so it's kind of like a mix of I'm bummed that the break's over. I do enjoy breaks when we do have them, but I am really glad to go back to work just because there's like a schedule and stuff, and so I'm excited to go back to work for this final quarter. But for this week, what I would like to do is we're gonna read romance all this week, and not just any romance, like classic romance. So books like Better Than the Movies, This Spells Love, and on Libby, I already have checked out is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. And so that will be my very first audiobook. I have a feeling that we're gonna get through 2 audiobooks. Another romance that I was looking into is The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. Doing that off the top of my head. I think I got it. Just because I know that, I have 2 physical books here, but at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna get through both. Because again, I get through about one physical book a week if it's a standard size. And so of course we're gonna start off with Better Than the Movies because I've been dying to read this for the past few weeks, and so I really just want to see what it's all about, and I feel like this is a really good way that we're gonna get started. Better Than the Movies is, I've got it on my lap here, it's 349 pages. And it's really cute. I was looking, and at the very end, they've got another one of these pictures, but then this here is a playlist. It's the soundtrack of Wes and Liz, and that is so stinking cute and exciting. So I'm gonna see if that's on Spotify and give it a listen, but we're gonna start with Better Than the Movies, and then if I end up finishing this, because it's the last week of March, and I'm saying forget the last 3 books on my March TBR, because in all honesty I don't have any interest, and I really don't, because I just finished Just Air in last week's vlog, and so I really don't want to jump. If I was to, of the 3 left, I was going to jump into The Sun and the Void, but I feel like it's going to be very similar, and I want to break from it, and I feel like doing romance would be a nice palate cleanser between my fantasy, and so we're going to do romance this week, and so I'm so excited. So if I do end up getting through this, we will be picking up This Spells Love by Robb. So, if you did not see me buy this, if you are not familiar with Better Than the Movies, quick synopsis for you. Liz Boxman has already known that Wes Bennett was not... Oh, hold on. I have my glasses off because you can't see me with all the glare. But we're gonna... Because I've got that huge glare up here because I'm sitting outside. But since I'm looking down at my book, I'm gonna read the synopsis for you with my glasses on. Liz Boxman has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt. Ever since they were little, Wes was the kid who put a frog in the Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome severed head in her homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones, perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's first crush, Michael, has just moved back to town, and horribly annoyingly, he's hitting it off with Wes, meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she shocks to discover that she actually likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of happily ever after should really look like. So this sounds so exciting. So let's get into it. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday. So I am currently waiting to meet up with my best friend for brunch. And so I figured I'd come out a little early, film a little clip, and read a little bit before I gotta meet her inside. And so, guys, it's Sunday, guys, and I'm already 50% of the way through. I cannot tell you how excited I am for the rest of this book. I love it. 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 I can't get over Wes. Like, Wes, guys. He is so stinking sweet. And what I think is really cute is that it's like Liz has no freaking idea. It's like she just knows Wes as the neighborly nuisance, and it has never figured out why Wes is so likable by everybody else. Now that the two of them have started like banding up to help her get Michael, like, she's starting to figure it out. She's starting to figure out why everybody loves Wes. And I do have to say, I love Wes too. He is fantastic. He cares so much about Liz without even like thinking about it. The way that the two of them talk to each other is just the absolute sweetest. And it's like what Liz is starting to realize now is that she likes talking to Wes because she doesn't have to hide anything. Like these last few days, like she's been lying like hell to Michael and to her friend Joss, and she doesn't like it. But like with Wes, she's so like open and honest, and it's kind of like, see girl, that's what you need. That's all it is. It's just she's so comfortable with Wes without even fully realizing it until later, and they are the absolute sweetest thing. And so I did want to show you because I am annotating a little bit. I have 6 tabs and I'm halfway through, so it's like it's just things that just make my heart happy. And one of them was Wes happened to find, this is chapter 5, and so Wes ends up he ends up spending the day with Liz, taking her out to help her find a outfit for Michael. And so all of a sudden he's like, oh, so that's what that was. Because on the way home, Liz starts talking about how her and her mom made soundtracks for like all areas of their lives. And so Wes is like, so that's what that was. And she's like, what? She's like, you're making a soundtrack for, I saw an MNL paper. Are you making you and Michael a soundtrack? She's like, what are you talking about? Like, how did he know? He saw it in her planner that morning when they were talking about the plan for the evening, and it's so stinking cute. And because he's like, oh my god, Boxman, that is freaking adorable. And then on the next page, well, can we make a soundtrack? Can we make a soundtrack? I literally wrote beside it, I want to cry, he's so sweet. Like, he doesn't hold anything back. I think the other thing that I love about Wes is that he's just himself. Like, regarding his knowledge of rom-coms, his joy of watching rom-coms, even though he does not want to admit that he's a rom-com lover, he still loves them all the same. And so then he just teases Liz about it. So it's just so stinking cute. So I'm gonna sit here and see if I can get another chapter done before I gotta go into brunch. And then I do have some chores to take care of this afternoon, and then hopefully we'll be able to continue getting a move on the book. But I do have to say I am very happy to have like this quick little, I say little, like I said, it's over 300 pages, but it's a quick, simple romance read, and it's just what I needed, and I absolutely love it. And so this is one I thank Alexa Ray for the suggestion, because I can't get over this thing. I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, I literally just started a time lapse, but I had to stop already because
guys. I wanted to hang out with Wes. Ah! She's precious. They're precious. Like, I can't. So, they're precious. I'm excited to see what the plan is, what they're doing. So, all right, guys. I just finished brunch. I'm gonna head home, and so the plan for the afternoon, I think I only got a page. Last time I checked in, I only got like a page read, because then I went in and got our table in case of a wait. So we're gonna go home. The plan for this evening is continue Better Than the Movies and cleaning. So I will check in with y'all later. Good morning. It is Tuesday. I know I didn't come on and update yesterday. I didn't really have anything to update on at the time. I didn't read until the end of the day, and I didn't do much in between my check-ins between Sunday and that clip of B-roll from yesterday. I'm up to chapter 16 in Better Than the Movies, and I'm still loving it. Like, honestly, like, it's stellar. I am absolutely loving it, and I cannot wait. I should be able to finish it today. At least that is the plan. And of course, I always say that's the plan, and then I end up not doing the plan. But at least it's nice, like, even if I don't follow through, all of these times that I say that this is the plan, even if I don't follow through with the plan, I'm just happy that it's like I'm making a plan. And it's like, yes, I plan to read. We'll see if it actually happens. But it just, having the plan feels better than just going into something and it's like, oh, what do I want to do? And just knowing that the availability is there for reading. So then it's like, of all my hobbies, it's the top one that I do right now. So, and I also wanted to catch you up on Secretly Yours, because I continued listening to that on my way home yesterday, and it's just, I can't get over, like, I think I'm already about halfway through the book. I think I'm like at 47%. If I update correctly, like, I can't get over Julian and Hallie, guys. It's so cute. Julian's the type of guy where he's very on the dot. He's very scheduled. He's very he's got time slots for everything. He's got everything in a time slot. Whereas Haley's the complete opposite, and it's just kind of like, one of the times that she said she was going to come planting, she's like, yeah, I'll be there sometime between noon and 7. It's like two polar opposites, and of course it's like it annoys Julian to no end, but at the same time it's like he can't stop thinking about her. And if you didn't know, the reason that the book is called Secretly Yours is because Haley is afraid to provide her feelings directly to Julian. So what she's doing is writing these secret notes and hiding them on his walking trail for him to find, like secret admirer letters. And so she's already written 2, and so Julian's still trying to figure out like where on earth they're coming from, if it's a prank, if it's real. So he's still trying to figure that out, but it's real simple and easy, and I like it. But I also like that I kind of like that I do have a young adult book going as well as an adult book going, because Better Than the Movies is YA, even though the characters are seniors in high school, and I guess it's more towards the late teen, early adult, just because of the fact that, yes, they do use shit, but the book is set with seniors in seniors in high school. And then we have Secretly Yours, that is like adult. Like Haley's 29 and Julian's 31, 32, something like that. So it's a little more adult, which I like. I like a good adult romance. So, like I said, I'm here for the smut. If I find a smutty book, it's great. So, and then I tried a little bit before I left Starbucks, just because I wanted to make sure that I liked it before I left. But I did want to have you guys be with me when I tried my very first matcha. This is the very first matcha I've ever had. Never had matcha. I've always been a coffee girl. But I wanted to see what it was like. One of my coworkers had mentioned it yesterday, actually, and I'd been looking into, I was just doing some research on it yesterday, like matcha versus coffee. So I wanted to give matcha a try. So and it's really good. I did it's a grande matcha green tea latte. So it's the one that's made with milk. And I also got vanilla syrup in it to sweeten it up a little bit, because like with coffee, I like my coffee sweet, and I don't mind the natural plant-based taste that the matcha has, but I like my drinks on the sweeter side. So just with a little bit of vanilla syrup, it works out. So yay. So those are my updates for this morning. Once I turn off the camera, I'll be putting on Secretly Yours, and then hopefully by the end of today we'll have Better Than the Movies complete. Check in with y'all later. Bye. Good evening. Today it's Tuesday night, because I know I spoke to you guys this morning, but it's now the evening, and I just finished Better Than the Movies. Guys, so stinking cute.
I am rating this 5 stars. This was another fantastic 5-star read. Absolutely loved it. And honestly, I can't wait for the sequel. So Never Than the Movies is its sequel, and it comes out in September, I believe. And I will certainly be picking it up, or at least I plan to anyway. And then now I also want to discover more of Lynn Painter's novels. I know she's got plenty, and I also know that she has adult novels as well, one of which just came out called Happily Never After, is her newest album, which is an adult romance. And so I want to find some more of her writing. But this was absolutely stellar, guys. It was fantastic. I've got all my little tabs here, and it was just so stinking cute. I loved it. So I am now going to put Better Than the Movies away. We have our first book officially finished for our romance week. I am currently 63% of the way through Secretly Ours, and it's getting cute too, listening to Haley and I'm drawing a blank on his name now. I'll put a caption because honestly I can't remember. I know it's a J. Wow. Them going back and forth, and so they're cute. They're another couple that it's kind of like they want to like each other, but they're also afraid to like each other. And now because they're afraid to like each other, they're afraid they're gonna end up losing each other. And it's one of those, and it's just so stinking cute. And I am enjoying it. And of course, just because I can't really give too much information on it really, it's kind of actually going really, really quick. It feels like nothing much has happened, but I'm also 63% of the way to the book. This is another one I feel like is just a quick, fast, easy read. And I mean, it is a real easy read. I've been enjoying that. And so I should be finishing up Secretly Yours, honestly, probably tomorrow, if not by Thursday morning. I could see that being done. So we're going to put Better Than the Movies away. Book number 1 is complete. And we are picking up book number 2 of This Spells Love by Kate Robb. Now, I got this from Book of the Month. I got it for, I think it's November's pick. Yeah, November's pick. And so if you have not heard of This Spells Love, the synopsis reads, when Gemma gets dumped by her long-term boyfriend, she reacts in the way any reasonable 28-year-old would, by getting drunk with her sister, Hukuki Ankh, and her best friend Dax. After one too many margaritas, they decide to perform a love-cleansing spell that promises to erase Gemma's ex from her memory. They follow all the instructions, including a platonic kiss from Dax, to seal the deal. Waking up the next morning, Gemma realizes that the silly spell had worked far too well. Not only does it seem that she never dated her ex, but the rest of her life is completely unrecognizable. The worst part, Dax has no idea who she is. To reverse the spell and get back to her old life, Gemma must convince her once best friend, now total stranger, to kiss her. But as she carries out her plans, she finds herself falling for Dax hard. Soon, Gemma begins to wonder whether she even wants to go back to the way what things once were. What if Dax was the one all along?
Good afternoon, all. It is Wednesday. I am leaving work, and I have read a chapter of This Spells Love. I actually have, like I said, I've got it right here, so I've been bringing it to and from work with me. I've only read a chapter, and it was a nice little entry, and so pretty much the setup is Gemma is hanging out with her sister one afternoon and talking about who knows what, and she's already broken up with, like, the story starts with her already broken up with her ex. And so her and her sister are gabbing about it and other things. She's getting texts from her best friend Dax about hanging out, and the sister is trying to convince Gemma that, like, Dax is putting Gemma first. He canceled another event for hanging out with her. And so between the communication with that and then a communication from her aunt suggested that they come over to her shop after work or whatever for, I don't know what to call it. Gemma calls it, Aunt's gonna cure me. So, and I guess they talk about what type of store the aunt owns. I don't know, but of course the car started moving. So, it's like, I guess this antique vintage shop thing. I mean, they call her the kooky aunt. So, it's something like just off. So, Gemma said that she was going to hang out with Dax that evening, and so the aunt said the more the merrier. So of course Gemma then asked her sister to come, so it's pretty much set up for the four of them getting together to do, what do they call it, to perform a love cleansing spell. And so, but I think the love cleansing spell is actually like, I know that there's margaritas involved. And it's so funny because there's small little recipes in the very back of the book. It's actually quite cute and so I think what it's going to end up happening is that they're pretty much going to drink from their margarita, and that'll kick off the spell or whatever, but we'll see. Like I said, I've only read the first chapter, which was a nice little introduction, and so tonight I do plan on continuing it. I didn't get too much more into it just because the second chapter, of course, things kick off, so it's a longer chapter. And for some reason, I don't like longer chapters. I feel like I can never have enough time to sit and read a particular length of chapter when they're on the longer side. Amazingly, somehow, better than the movies only had 18 chapters. Like I said, there was one chapter that was like 44 plus. I think they ended up being close to like 50 pages in a chapter or two. So hopefully I'll get some more of that done. I'm quickly getting through Secretly Yours. I think I have just under 3 hours left, which means I've got just under an hour and a half because I'm reading it at 2 times speed. So Secretly Yours should be finished by tomorrow, and they're being really cute. It's one of those, it's like they talked about not getting together and how they're polar opposites, so that their personalities are too different, but in reality they can't get enough of each other, and so they're finally breaking down that wall. So we'll see how that turns out, and so I'm excited. So once I shut the camera off, I'll be listening to that for the remainder of my drive home. And so that is my current update, and I will catch up with y'all later. Today is Thursday. It's after work. I've come home. I've had a little bit of a snack. I've watched a little bit more of some weekly vlogs that I was catching up on. And so on my way home, I completed Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I found it to be all right. I mean, it wasn't like my favorite romance novel, but it was also like, wasn't like, there really wasn't anything wrong with the novel. So I am placing it at a 3-star. I did enjoy it. I did find Julian and Hallie pretty cute. And we've got a classic, they're polar opposites. We had a third act breakup. And it was pretty basic, I guess. I consider it just a basic story, a basic romance. Nothing too different about it, or nothing too, like, I don't have too many comments. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So I finished that. And so then once I put that back in the library, and I immediately
started True Love Experiment by Christina. For This Spells Love, I am currently, actually I'm in the middle of a chapter. Go figure. I think I'm in the middle of chapter 3. Oh, chapter 6. I'm in the middle of chapter 6. And so Gemma completed the spell. She woke up the next morning. Her life is like completely different. She wakes up in this random man's house. She doesn't live in her apartment anymore, and Dax doesn't know her. So she's trying to now figure out what's going on. It's kind of where we're at. So I am actually going to take a brief nap, and then I plan on reading this the remainder of the evening, and I will catch up with y'all later. Good morning. It's Friday. So I decided to take a break from audiobooks, so I'm not gonna finish True Love Experiment just because I'm just gonna take a little break from audiobooks just for a few days because my next one will be November 9 by Colleen Hoover for April. So This Spells Love, I am currently at chapter 12, and so I've made a pretty good dent in it in the last 2 days, and so I'm excited to see how much I can get done today, knowing it's Friday. So I don't expect myself to finish this by the end of the day, and that's totally okay, but I'd at least like to get most of this done today. And so I have come a little earlier to work to sit and hopefully read a chapter before I have to get started. And then we'll see how this evening goes. So I'm going to get to reading, and I'll catch y'all later. Alright, good evening. It's Friday. I'm in the middle of chapter 15. Let's see. And Dax and Gemma are really starting to figure each other out and feelings, and it's kind of like, it's so scary for them because it's like, oh my gosh, are these like the actual feelings that they're having? And it's just so cute watching them manage their feelings and try not to take things too fast, try not like ruin what they got going. Things like, hey, do we really want this? Is it gonna work out? And it's just becoming so cute, and I'm enjoying it. So let's keep going. All right, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carry, even though we've technically been at a week today, I'm going to carry this weekly vlog out to the weekend. I do not plan on doing a weekly vlog next week. I'm going to take a weekly vlog break, but I am going to be doing my March wrap up next week, so that I will still have a video next week. It just won't be a weekly vlog. I'm going to take a small break on those. And so since I have decided not to do that, I'm going to extend this vlog into the weekend just to see how much I can get done of This Spells Love, since I'm not going to be done with it tonight, and plus there's still only 2 days left, so it works out perfectly to span this out to the end of the week. So let's keep reading.
Good afternoon, all. It is Saturday, and so I figured I'd take you an extra 2 days with me, just since I don't plan on doing a weekly vlog next week, and I'm in the middle of my current romance novel, and so why not take the romance week an extra 2 days? So I would have talked to you a few hours ago, but I had no idea where I was going. So now that I know where I'm going on my way home, figured I'd catch y'all up. So I read about 3 chapters this morning of This Spells Love, and I'm currently in the middle of chapter 21. Now, where they're at is just kind of starting to act on some of these feelings and like actually going on a date, taking things slow, not wanting, like, both Dax doesn't really want to like rush into anything because he does really like her and doesn't want to ruin anything. Like, they're currently like, they just had like their first official date, and Dax is like, I'm so sorry. It's like, because there were a few things that popped up throughout it that he thought like it was being ruined, but she's like, oh no, I'm having a good time. And it was kind of like, it was really cute. Like, Dax was trying so hard, and it was absolutely adorable. And so now they're just trying to figure each other out. And even though Gemma knows Dax from her universe, because she's talking like she's in a parallel universe, while once the spell took place, it became like a parallel universe to her. And so Gemma's actually learning more about this, come to find out the Dax she knows from her friendship and the Dax she knows from not knowing him are pretty different in certain aspects. And so she's starting to learn about where the two Daxes differ and find out, it's like, hey, how different are these two Daxes? And it's like, is she gonna be able to form the relationship that she wants with this other Dax? And so it's interesting trying to see her weave through these thoughts. And of course Dax keeps checking on her. It's like, you look deep in thought over there. And so Gemma's having to do a lot of like thinking and processing because of the fact that every so often she'll find something that's different between the two Daxes, and it like catches her off guard, because of course she knew her Dax for 4 years, and so now trying to figure out this other Dax in areas where she thought she knew him and she actually doesn't. But of course, it's also a 4-year difference. It's like, with this parallel universe, the 4 years that she knew her ex, and as well as Dax, like, a lot changes in a 4-year time period. So there are certain things that are just different because there's a whole 4 years that are different from what she knows. And so it's been really cute watching them grow and develop these feelings for each other and whatnot. And it's just so stinking cute. And so I'm on the way home from, I'm coming home from a family event, and then I think I'm gonna have time to read just a little bit more before we have some friends come over this evening and spend time with them. So I'll have like a few little, like, hour or so. I'll have a small little window for some more reading this afternoon, and then tomorrow I'm seeing more family. I actually have family in town. So I'm getting to see some family tomorrow, midday. And so we'll see how it goes from there, how much more reading I'm actually going to get to do. But I just figured I'd take y'all along with me for 2 extra days, because why not? So I will catch up with y'all later. Bye. Hey, it is Sunday, and I didn't read a single thing today. I went to go see some family today, and we started first thing this morning, and I still have a few things to finish up at the house this afternoon. And today just became one of those days that I got to spend with loved ones, and so reading was not gonna happen today, and that is totally okay. So I did not end up finishing This Spells Love, and so I think I got to chapter like 22, 23, something like that, but that's okay. I'll eventually finish it. Don't know when yet, but I'll eventually finish it. And so thank you so much for joining me for reading romance for a week and 2 days ish. That ended up being like a week and a day, but oh well. So thank y'all for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.